have a conversation. Bring out Doechii and Brittany Howard. That was a warm Apollo welcome for both of you. What is up? Harlem is in the building. I love it. So we're gonna have a conversation, about 15 minutes, and then you guys are gonna perform some songs. Brittany, you've been doing this for a minute. You were leading the Alabama Shakes, now you're on your own. You've had such an amazing career. Can you give a little advice to the young superstar who does not need any help from any of us, clearly, right? Because the records are insane. But you've had some experience that she has not yet had, so anything you want to tell an artist at the other side of the road?
Yeah, you know, the advice I would give you is always listen to your inner voice about what you do and don't want to do. I think the most important thing is, you know, we're out there on stage night after night, giving energy away, you know? And sometimes we get it back 1,000-fold, and some nights it's just taking away from us. So I feel like my best advice would be to find ways to fill your cup back up while you're working so hard.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, for real.
What do you think about that? Because you come out here, give everything, all your energy, and then, like, you know, do it again, go to the studio, do it again. Like, how do you fill your cup back up?
I think that, if I'm being brutally honest, a lot of the ways that I fill my cup up is isolating myself and having solitude, time to just meditate and spend time with God and process what's going on. You have to live life to make art. And I think that that's one of the key elements of how I refill my cup. Yeah.
Beautiful.
How do you refill your cup, Brittany?
Well, you know, my whole thing is spending time with my family. That always fills my cup up. And I'm an Alabama girl, so I like to go fishing because that's what my dad taught me to do when I was a little girl, and I refound it after having like success musically. So I go out in nature and I go fishing.
You're a country
beautiful.
girl.
I'm a country girl.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. You're from Alabama.
That's right.
For some reason, I thought you were from Compton because it's TDE. No, you're from Tampa.
I am a Florida girl through and through. Okay?
So yet again, the South wins, right? And the South has been so important in music and black music. Why? What is going on in the South that so many amazing musicians are coming out of there still today?
I think, at least from what I've observed, I can speak for Florida, the culture and the energy in our music scene is just so raw. A lot of, especially in hip hop, is rooted in a lot of party culture and communities coming together. I grew up with cookouts and, you know, my mom getting ready and going out with her friends, day parties and things like that. And so there's so much energy and life when the black community comes together. It just bleeds into the music. There's just a natural life that comes through, and I feel like that's where my roots are kind of based in. What about you, Brittany?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I came from a small town, so we had to make our own entertainment amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? It's basically what you're saying. It's like, I had to learn how to play music because otherwise I was gonna get in trouble, like, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Those field parties and stuff, acting crazy, Mad Dog 2020, out in a farmer's field. I had to find something to do.
You found a lot of things to do. You're an amazing musician, and a lot of people talk about you're genreless. You touch a lot. When we listen to you, we get a lot of different genres. Talk about creating that sort of broad gumbo, and do you see that sort of genrelessness in her music?
Yeah, so to me, my music it's a very emotional place. It's a way I can connect to myself. So it's like I'm always contemplating. And that emotion always has a different soundtrack. So I don't think it should ever be limited to, this is what I do. It's like, this is what I do right now in this moment, and tomorrow it might be something else. I never really know where I'm going creatively. And that's exciting to me, because I always get to remain curious. I never get to figure the thing out or hold it in the palm of my hand. It's always something new. And I hear that in Doechii sound too. I feel like there's not something you won't touch, and it makes me really excited as a fan of yours to see like, what are you gonna do next? Who's it gonna be with? I feel like you're the type of artist that can do whatever you want and take space wherever you want.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And likewise, I think that what I like about your music when I'm listening is that you always have a story to tell, you have a message, and you can tell that story and tell that message in any genre that you want. And you're also musically inclined, you play instruments as well as use your vocal instrument, and so the story could be told in so many different ways, and I love how boundless and limitless we both are as artists. It's incredible.
Yes.
I mean, to that point, I think that you have a way of expanding what we expect from hip hop, especially in the way that you use your voice. I'm like, the dynamics, the flows, the ups and downs, the changing of the sound of your voice. I'm like, yo, this is a little bit different than a lot of the hip hop we've ever heard. So in the discovery that she's talking about, you are
Absolutely. There's so many different emotions that I feel. You don't have to emote in one way, especially in hip hop. I feel like it gives so much room for you to be animated. I'm a theater kid as well, so I like to create characters. I feel inspired by Busta Rhymes and the way he was able to incorporate theater in his music. Oh my God, give a round of applause for him.
Yes.
He's incredible. And so I think that hip hop always has those few rappers that come in and kind of disrupt things, and that's what I plan to keep doing, okay?
You're definitely doing that. Now wait, when you said you're a theater kid, that kind of unlocked something for me to understand you as an artist, because there is that theatricality, a sense of cartoon characters and so much happening in your music, so you really bring that forward with you.
Absolutely, because it's about stories, and I embody the character of whatever story that I'm telling. I think that's important, and it's fun. What I love about theater is that you get to incorporate singing, dancing, acting, rapping, and so every time I approach my music, I always try to tell a story and embody as many emotions as I possibly can. Yeah.
Brittany, you are so theatrical in your performances. I love just the way you fill the space and just, I mean, like, I don't think you did theater. I don't know if you did that, but I think there is that inside of you.
We had theater for 1 year in my little county school, and I signed up for it, and I got the little trophy and everything. It was a piece of paper. It wasn't a trophy, it was a piece of paper. But I did love it. And I think that's so cool you did theater. Because, I mean, I can relate. It's like when you're up here, I can become whatever, whoever. And my favorite thing about performing is feeling powerful. Like I feel like I finally found my space, my place. And I get to embody that. And I can feel like so many different ways. And I like to use my voice in all those different spaces. Like you said, characters, you know. And I always think of it like my voice like different instruments.
Wait, do you become a different person on stage?
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty quiet in my, I feel like I can be quiet in my everyday life. I can be quiet, I can be reserved. I'm just like, I'm not shy, but I'm just like observant. But when I'm on stage, like, I do not care. Like, you know, whatever I'm singing about, that is what makes the most sense to me. That's the thing I want to connect to other people in the room about.
What about you? Do you become a different person on stage?
No, child. I'm like this on and off stage. I'm a drama queen. Definitely I'm like this on and off stage, but I do think that when I'm on stage, there's something that gets very quiet about the environment. It's just me and God. I'm a vessel in that moment, and it just feels like a blessing. That's why I love being on stage more than I like being in the studio chair. Because when I'm on stage, I can really go somewhere else. So I don't become a different person, but I do leave this place and I go somewhere else.
I love that you said that, and I bet you too, Brittany, feel like a vessel. Like when I watch you sing, I feel like the antenna's up and it's coming through you.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And that's what I'm talking about with that feeling, all that power. Sometimes I'm on stage, I really do feel like I'm 20 feet tall. I just feel like I'm in the right spot, you know? And I like to give all that. I don't know where the energy comes from some nights, because, you know, as a touring musician, night after night after night after night, but it always comes through. You know, it's never missing. And I think that's a blessing, and I think that's like divine, you know.
I have a question for you. Yeah. So I just went on my very first tour. You just brought up show after show after show. Thank you.
Congrats.
And I know that you've been doing this for quite some time. You also have 5 Grammys? Right?
Yeah.
That's a flex. I am so curious. Where were you in your career when you received your first Grammy? How did that feel? And what do you think brought you to that space?
It felt really surreal because I got into music, like I said, because it was a place where I wasn't limited. You know, you can be anywhere in the world and make music and express yourself. And that was always my priority, is to have some place that is mine, that I'm in control of, and there's no limits, there's no ceiling on it. And I like exploring that space. And when we gained success, I was in a group, Alabama Shakes.
Yes.
And we gained success, and even though we had been playing these shows and making no money and you know, basically just spending gas money is what we was doing, suddenly I found myself in a space where people want to hear what I have to say, people want to give us awards, and it was a lot. It was happening so quickly. It was like so surreal. It was like a dream. And how did I feel? I felt this immense sense that my life was never going to be the same again. And I appreciated that. And it gave me the inspiration to keep making music. I'm supposed to be doing this. I thought so, but now I know so. And that's what it felt.
Did you feel like you found your footing eventually with where you are now? From it going from surreal to now, how do you not get jaded?
I think there is no absolute answer to that question. I feel like sometimes things are gonna get stagnant. You're gonna get used to certain things. And then there's a lot of times where incredible things happen you were not expecting. And it's always gonna wake up that little girl in you that's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe this is my life. It's always gonna be like that. I mean, that's been my experience. It's this, you know? Yeah. And congrats, by the way, for your nomination.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that answer a lot.
Do you have that sense of like, I can't believe this is my life? Because you kind of blew up fairly quickly, and now everybody in hip hop is like, oh my God, Doechii, right?
It took me a long time to get here, okay? A long time to get here. But yeah, I do. I feel a little surreal, you know? I wake up and I'm like, what is actually happening right now? And I think that I'm really glad that you said that, because now I'm like, okay, somebody gets it and they know, and I'll find my footing. But right now I feel like I'm walking on the ceiling, I'm floating, which is a good thing, but I'm also like, where's the ground? So, yeah.
You talk a little bit about being a woman in this industry. Female MCs are hot to death nowadays, right? Kind of running the game. I know that there's challenges to being a woman in the industry, and there's gifts to it. So let's talk about the ups and the downs of it.
Go ahead.
I think it's a great time for women, especially in hip hop. Music right now, it is a really good time. There are challenges, and being in a male-dominated industry, I figured out how to be a leader, how to be stern and respectful. And it's brought me to where I am now. But, yeah, I'm just a girl. I don't know. I'm trying my best. I'm just a girl. I'm trying my best. I am. What do you think, Brittany?
It's changed a lot, especially since I came into the industry. I'm seeing a lot more women in all different positions of the music industry, including like recording and touring. I'm seeing, and it makes me so happy, because when I was younger, there were so many different aspects of music I wanted to do, and I kind of talked myself out of it in a way, because I was like, well, the guys aren't gonna let me whoever's running this studio, they're not gonna let somebody like me do this. Or, you know, it was kind of like a defeatist attitude because it was just what I had seen. It did feel like a boys' club. Now it doesn't feel so much that way anymore. I feel like we're being taken very seriously and we're climbing in positions of the music industry. And I mean, obviously, we got the microphones, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. What do you love about Doechii's music?
Oh, God. No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I like about it the most. The thing I like about your music the most is that I hear you in your music. You're not trying to be somebody else. I hear you. I hear your playfulness. I hear your pain. I hear I'm just out here trying to have a good time. It's like when I listen to your music, I'm hearing a whole person. And I love that. And I feel like it's almost like going out with your friends, you know what I'm saying, and making something. And also the tracks, like all the production and stuff, it's banging.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yes.
The production is amazing, yes.
What do you love
Thank you.
about her music?
Brittany, it is your voice. It is your voice. We could all close our eyes right now and you could sing and we know it's Brittany. Your voice, the texture of your voice, the power, the emotion in your voice it will never be duplicated. It can never be done again. You are one of one. And I think what I love most about your music is your vocal instrument. It's my favorite thing. Congratulations on your project too as well. It's incredible.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Doechii.